Hello, wonderful viewers. Welcome back to SP News and Knowledge, your go-to channel for all the latest updates and insights. Today, we're diving into a topic that's not only relevant, but downright urgent. Our Earth is ringing an alarm bell, and we must pay attention. Scientists from all corners of our globe have been reporting a worrying trend. There's been a sudden surge in volcanic activity worldwide. Yes, you heard that right. Our dormant giants are waking up, stirring from their long slumber, and their awakening is far from peaceful. Imagine, if you will, a typical day in your life. The sun is shining, birds are singing, and all seems right with the world. Suddenly, the ground beneath you trembles. The sky darkens with a thick cloud of ash. Molten lava explodes from the ground, painting a terrifying picture of destruction. This isn't a scene from a blockbuster movie. This is a reality that we may soon have to face. Volcanoes, these majestic yet formidable forces of nature, have always been a part of our Earth's landscape. They stand tall and silent, often for centuries, before they unleash their fury. But now, they seem to be coming to life all at once. They're spewing molten lava, ash, and smoke into the air, leaving us in awe of their power and fearful of their wrath. While volcanic eruptions can be a natural part of our planet's life cycle, the recent spike in activity is anything but ordinary. It's a distress signal, a call to action. Our Earth is in pain, and we, its inhabitants, need to understand why. As we delve deeper into this issue, remember, this isn't just about volcanoes. It's about the health and future of our planet. It's about understanding our impact on the world around us and taking responsibility for our actions. Volcanoes, these majestic yet formidable forces of nature, have suddenly sprung to life, spewing molten lava, ash, and smoke into the air. The Earth's alarm bell is ringing. Will we answer the call? But what does this mean for us, the inhabitants of this beautiful blue planet? This question sets the stage for our deep dive into the scientific implications of the recent spike in volcanic activity. To help us understand, we've reached out to some of the leading geoscientists in the field. One expert, Dr. Ravi Patel, a renowned geologist, helps us unravel the mystery. He explains, volcanoes are essentially release valves for the Earth's interior heat. However, the sudden increase in volcanic activity signifies something more. It's like the Earth's alarm bell, signaling a significant shift in our planet's crust. But what does a shift in the Earth's crust mean? Imagine the Earth's crust as a giant jigsaw puzzle, made up of several large pieces called tectonic plates. These plates are constantly moving, albeit very slowly. When these plates move against each other, it can cause earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. Dr. Patel elaborates. The increased volcanic activity suggests these tectonic plates are moving more rapidly or in different directions than usual. This could potentially destabilize the Earth's crust, leading to more frequent and intense volcanic eruptions. But this isn't just about more lava and ash. The implications of such a shift could be far-reaching. Besides the immediate threat of destruction from the eruptions themselves, there's also the impact on our climate to consider. Volcanic eruptions can release large amounts of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, contributing to global warming. Moreover, the ash and dust thrown up by these eruptions can block sunlight, leading to a temporary cooling effect. This might sound like a good thing in the face of global warming, but it's not that simple. This could disrupt weather patterns and agricultural cycles, affecting food production and ecosystems worldwide. So, the recent surge in volcanic activity isn't just a spectacle for us to marvel at. It's a wake-up call, a stark reminder of the delicate balance that keeps our planet habitable. The recent surge in volcanic activity is a cause for concern. It indicates a significant shift in the Earth's crust. potentially leading to catastrophic consequences for our planet. Well, it's a wake-up call, folks. It's a stark reminder that our actions have consequences. Our everyday behaviors, the decisions we make, the paths we choose to follow, they all leave a lasting impression on our planet. Let's take a moment to reflect on the magnitude of the damage we've inflicted upon our Earth. The trees we've mercilessly cut down to make way for our expanding cities. The rivers we've polluted with industrial waste, turning them into toxic streams. The air we've contaminated with harmful gases, creating a blanket of smog that chokes our cities. Each year, millions of acres of forests are lost, equivalent to 48 football fields every minute. These forests, once vibrant and teeming with life, are now barren wastelands, and with their demise, we lose more than just trees. We lose habitats for countless species, we lose the lungs of our planet, and we lose an important ally in our fight against climate change. Then there's pollution. Our oceans are choked with plastic, our skies are filled with smog, and our soil is contaminated with chemicals. We're living in a world where 1 in 3 people globally do not have access to safe drinking water, where air pollution causes 7 million deaths annually. These are not just statistics. These numbers represent the damage we've done, the lives we've disrupted, and the future we've jeopardized. And what about climate change? Our relentless burning of fossil fuels has led to an increase in global temperatures, triggering extreme weather events, from heat waves to hurricanes. The ice caps are melting, sea levels are rising, and our wildlife is struggling to adapt. But it's not all doom and gloom. We still have time to change course, to mend our ways, to make amends. The first step is acknowledging the problem, understanding the impact of our actions, and then taking steps to reduce our environmental footprint. We've been neglecting our duty as stewards of the Earth, and now we're facing the repercussions. It's time to wake up to the reality of our actions and their consequences. It's time to take responsibility and act, for the sake of our planet and for the generations to come. It's high time we took action to reverse the damage and protect our home for future generations. Now you might be asking, what can I do? I'm just one person. But remember, change starts with a single step, and it begins with you. The journey to a greener, healthier planet is paved with many such steps, and today we're going to talk about a few of them. First, let's consider our carbon footprint. It's a measure of the impact our activities have on the environment and particularly on climate change. It's about the amount of greenhouse gases we produce, measured in units of carbon dioxide. The lesser, the better. So how can we reduce it? Well, for starters, we can opt for public transport, carpooling, or better yet, biking or walking whenever possible. We can switch to energy-efficient appliances and light bulbs and ensure we switch off electronics when not in use. Every bit of energy saved counts. Secondly, we can make a conscious effort to conserve resources. This includes everything from water to paper to food. Simple actions like fixing leaky faucets, recycling paper, or not wasting food can go a long way in conserving our precious resources. And last, but by no means least, we need to spread awareness about the importance of environmental conservation. Knowledge is power, and the more people know about the state of our planet and the steps they can take to help, the better. This can be as simple as sharing informative posts on social media, engaging in discussions about climate change, or even organizing community cleanup drives. Remember, every action counts, no matter how small it may seem. It's the collective effort of individuals that can bring about a massive change. And the time to act is now. So, what can we do? It starts with small steps, reducing our carbon footprint, conserving resources, and spreading awareness about the importance of environmental conservation. Together, we can ensure that our home, this beautiful blue planet, remains a safe and healthy place for generations to come. Let's not wait until it's too late. Let's act now. Together, we can make a difference. Yes, the reality we face may seem daunting, almost insurmountable. The scale of the problem, the enormity of the task ahead might make us feel small, insignificant. But remember, every monumental change begins with a single step. In the face of this global crisis, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking, what difference can I, just one person, possibly make? Well, let me tell you, the difference is vast. It's as vast as the ocean, as vast as the sky, as vast as the very earth we're striving to protect. Because when it comes to safeguarding our planet, every action counts, no matter how small. Think about it. If each one of us decides to make a change, to take a step, however small, towards a greener, healthier earth, the collective impact would be enormous. If we all pledge to reduce, reuse and recycle, to conserve water and energy, to switch to renewable sources of energy, to plant more trees, to cut down on single-use plastics, to spread awareness about environmental conservation, imagine the difference we could make. We are the custodians of this planet. It's up to us to ensure that we leave behind a healthy, thriving earth for the generations to come. We have a duty, a responsibility towards our planet, and it's high time we stepped up to fulfill it. So let's not wait for tomorrow. Let's start today. Take that first step, make that change. Remember, every action counts, every effort matters. We have the power to change the world. We have the power to make a difference. This is not just a call to action. It's a call to responsibility, a call to stewardship. It's a call to each one of us to step up and take charge. Because together, we can and we will make a difference. This is SP News and Knowledge, signing off. Remember, the power to change the world is in...
Ya Allah, orang so lari semua masuk sana. Ya Allah, hasbunallah ni'mal wakil, ni'mal mawla wa ni'man nasir, wa la hawla.
Have you ever wondered about the power that lies beneath the Earth's surface, silently waiting to be unleashed? Imagine a world beneath our feet, a world of molten rock, intense heat, and immense pressure. This is the world of volcanoes, the natural phenomena that have shaped and continue to shape our planet's surface in dramatic and sometimes devastating ways. Volcanoes are formed when the Earth's tectonic plates shift and magma, hot fluid or semi-fluid material, below or within the Earth's crust, rises to the surface. They come in various types, from the explosive stratovolcanoes to the gentler shield volcanoes and the unique lava domes. Each one a testament to the incredible forces at play beneath the Earth's surface. In the archipelago of Indonesia, a land known for its volcanoes, lies the Fluang volcano. This volcano, like many others, is a reminder of the unseen power beneath us. A power that can create, destroy, and ultimately shape the world in which we live. Now let us dive into the story of the Fluang volcano eruption that took place on the 16th of April, 2024. In the hours leading up to the eruption, there were subtle signs that something was about to happen. The earth beneath Fluang began to grumble, whispering its unrest through the language of seismic activity. These tremors, often imperceptible to us, were the first whispers of an impending disaster. Simultaneously, the volcano started speaking through another language, that of gas emissions. Invisible to the naked eye, but detectable by scientific instruments, these gases were like an ominous smoke signal warning of the fire to come. The ground itself too began to deform. This usually occurs when there's a significant change in the magma chamber beneath the surface. It's as if the land around Fluang was holding its breath, swelling in anticipation of the forthcoming eruption. These signs, often overlooked by the untrained eye, were the telltale signals that something was stirring beneath the surface. Yet, like a book written in a language that few could read, their true meaning remained concealed to most. Little did everyone know, these signs were a prelude to a catastrophic event. On the 16th of April 2024, the earth roared and the Fluang volcano erupted. The eruption was a spectacle of nature's raw power, a reminder of the formidable force that lies beneath our feet. The first sign of the impending catastrophe was a sudden plume of smoke, a column of ash and gas that shot up into the sky, painting a picture of doom against the backdrop of the clear blue. As the ground trembled beneath the might of the eruption, molten lava began to ooze from the volcano's mouth, a fiery river that swallowed everything in its path. The Earth's belly had opened, spewing forth its molten insides, turning the lush green landscape into a fiery inferno. But the devastation was not limited to the immediate vicinity of the volcano. Ash and gas spread across the sky, blocking out the sun and plunging the surrounding areas into darkness. This ash cloud, a deathly gray blanket, hung ominously over the region, depositing a layer of fine dust on everything it touched. The air, once fresh and clean, was now filled with sulfurous gas, making it difficult to breathe. The once thriving local communities were forced to evacuate, their homes and lives engulfed by the relentless advance of lava and the suffocating ash cloud. The impact on the environment was immediate and devastating. The rich biodiversity around the Fluang volcano was wiped out, replaced by a barren, scorched landscape. Rivers were heated to boiling point, killing aquatic life and altering the course of waterways. The once vibrant ecosystem was transformed into a desolate wasteland, a testament to the destructive power of nature. Yet, amid the chaos, there was a strange beauty in the eruption. The fiery glow of lava against the darkened sky, the surreal landscape cloaked in ash, served as a stark reminder of our planet's dynamic and volatile nature. The eruption lasted for 3 long days, causing unimaginable devastation. As the dust settled and the volcano returned to its ominous silence, the scale of destruction became evident. The volcano's eruption had left behind a landscape drastically different from the thriving ecosystem it once was. Where life once flourished, there was now a barren expanse of ash and rubble. The eruption had not only reshaped the physical world, but had also left an indelible mark on the lives of those who called this place home. The loss of life was staggering, with numbers reaching into the hundreds. Homes, businesses, and entire communities were wiped out in an instant, leaving thousands displaced and grappling with the loss of everything they had known. The once vibrant towns and villages were now ghost towns, a haunting reminder of the volcano's destructive power. But amid the devastation, there was a glimmer of hope. The disaster management professionals, the unsung heroes of such calamities, were on the ground, making every effort to rescue survivors and provide relief to those affected. They worked tirelessly, day and night, navigating through the treacherous terrain, braving the lingering danger of aftershocks, all in an effort to save as many lives as possible. They set up makeshift shelters for the displaced, providing them with food, water, and medical aid. They worked hand in glove with local communities, international aid organizations, and governments, coordinating their efforts to ensure that help reached those who needed it the most. The aftermath of the volcano's eruption was a stark reminder of the unpredictability and the destructive power of nature. But it also highlighted the incredible resilience of the human spirit. Despite the overwhelming odds, people banded together, demonstrating remarkable strength and resilience in the face of adversity. They rebuilt their lives from the ground up, brick by brick, drawing strength from each other and from the unwavering support of the disaster management professionals. They proved once again that humanity's capacity to endure and overcome is as formidable as any force of nature. The aftermath of the eruption was a testament to the incredible power of nature and the resilience of the human spirit. Every disaster, while tragic, provides an opportunity to learn and prepare for the future. And so it was with the eruption of Fluang. The lessons we learned from this event are invaluable, not just for Indonesia, but for the world at large. One of the most significant takeaways from this volcanic eruption is the crucial role of early warning systems. When a volcano like Fluang stirs, it doesn't do so quietly. There are signs, whispers in the earth that scientists can detect and interpret. The importance of investing in these systems is paramount. They provide us with a chance to evacuate, to batten down the hatches, to prepare for what's coming. But it's not just about knowing that an eruption is imminent. It's also about understanding what to do when the warning comes. This brings us to our second lesson: the need for effective disaster response strategies. These include well-planned evacuation routes, emergency shelters, and communication systems that can continue to operate even in the direst circumstances. The Fluang eruption also underscored the importance of public education. We need to ensure that everyone, from children to the elderly, understands what to do when a volcano erupts, how to protect themselves, where to go, who to contact. Knowledge can mean the difference between chaos and order, despair and hope, life and death. And lastly, we need to remember that our actions have consequences. The environment around a volcano is delicate, and human interference can exacerbate the effects of an eruption. We need to respect these powerful forces of nature, not provoke them. The lessons learned from the Fluang eruption are clear. They speak of preparation, of foresight, of respect for the power of nature. They remind us that we can never let our guard down, that we must always be ready to face whatever challenges come our way. The Fluang eruption was a stark reminder of our responsibility to understand and respect the forces of nature. And with each lesson learned, we become better equipped to meet our responsibilities head-on. The story of the Fluang eruption is one of devastation, resilience, and learning. Our journey through this narrative has not been an easy one, but it has been enlightening. We've seen how the unseen power beneath us, dormant and quiet, can awaken with such ferocity that it changes landscapes and lives in an instant. We journeyed through the prelude, the ominous signs that nature provides us, the subtle shifts and changes that precede such massive upheavals. We've learned how crucial it is to pay attention to these signals, to understand their implications, and to act swiftly and decisively. We watched as the eruption unfolded, a spectacle of nature's raw power, awe-inspiring and terrifying in equal measure. We saw how it wreaked havoc, altering the course of rivers, burying entire villages, and affecting countless lives. Yet, amidst the devastation, we also witnessed the incredible resilience of nature and humanity alike. In the aftermath, we saw how communities rallied, how they faced the daunting task of rebuilding with determination and hope. We saw the importance of disaster management professionals who work tirelessly to mitigate the effects of such events, to restore order from chaos, and to help communities recover and rebuild. From the lessons learned, we understand that preparedness is key. The importance of investing in early warning systems, in community awareness and education, An infrastructure that can withstand such events cannot be overstated. As we remember the Volcanic eruption, let us continue to learn, adapt, and prepare, for the power beneath us waits silently, ready to be unleashed at any It's a question that can stir the imagination and spark curiosity. Next, active volcano. Our journey begins with a sleeping giant, nestled in the heart of the Philippines, the volcano Taal. This volcano is not just any ordinary natural formation. It's a complex volcano located on the island of Luzon, a mere 31 miles south of the bustling city of Manila. And this isn't just a hill with a hole, it's a volcano within a lake within a volcano. A natural marvel, right? It's been resting quietly, seemingly harmless for over 4 decades, but don't let that fool you. Volcano Taal has a long history of activity, with 33 recorded eruptions since the 16th century. It's a classic example of tranquility masking underlying turmoil. So what happened on April 12, 2024, that indicated this sleeping giant was stirring? Well, the initial signs of volcanic activity were subtle but significant. There were increased seismic activities, ground deformation, and a sudden, noticeable rise in the water temperature of the Taal Lake. This wasn't a typical day in paradise. These were telltale signs of a potential volcanic eruption. The earth under and around Taal was literally heating up, moving and shaking. But it's not just the physical signs that warned of the impending awakening. The local wildlife started behaving unusually too. Birds flew away, insects disappeared, and even the stoic water buffaloes seemed restless, as if they sensed the impending doom. It was as if nature itself was holding its breath, waiting for the inevitable. This was the beginning of a new chapter for Taal, a chapter that was about to be written with fire and ash. And as the world watched with bated breath, the sleeping giant began to stir, setting in motion a series of events that would capture global attention. Just as a sleeping giant, Volcano Taal began to stir, setting in motion a series of events that would capture global attention. Imagine the ground beneath you shaking, the skies darkening with smoke, and the air filled with a sense of impending doom. Now, let us transport you to that fateful day, the 14th of April, 2024, when the slumbering Taal volcano in the Philippines roared back to life. The morning began like any other, with locals and tourists alike going about their day, oblivious to the geological drama that was about to unfold. Beneath the surface, however, the Earth's molten core was on the move, pushing its way up through the crust, causing the ground to tremble subtly at first, then with increasing intensity. Scientists monitoring the volcano had been noticing a gradual increase in seismic activity in the days leading up to the eruption. They saw the signs: the trembling earth, the rising temperatures, the increasing levels of sulfur dioxide gas. These were all indicators of magma rising towards the surface. And then it happened. With a thunderous roar that echoed across the landscape, the Taal volcano erupted. The eruption was a spectacular and terrifying display of nature's power. The sky darkened as a colossal plume of ash and smoke shot up into the air, blotting out the sun and casting an eerie twilight over the surrounding areas. Immediately, local authorities sprang into action, Evacuation orders were issued and people were ushered to safety as quickly as possible. Emergency services worked tirelessly, helping those in need and doing everything in their power to mitigate the impact of the eruption. And as the volcanic ash began to settle, the enormity of what had just happened began to sink in. This was not just a geological event. It was a moment that would be etched in the memories of those who witnessed it, forever changing the landscape and the lives of the people living in its shadow. As the earth roared and spewed, the world held its breath, waiting to see what would happen next. In the wake of a volcanic eruption, what do you think remains? As the volcanic activity subsides, the aftermath paints a picture of Mother Nature's power and the resilience of life itself. The immediate aftermath of the eruption of the Taal volcano is characterized by a transformed landscape. The once lush greenery is blanketed in a thick layer of ash, creating an almost surreal monochrome world. The ashfall, a mixture of pulverized rock and volcanic glass, has far-reaching effects. It's not just the immediate vicinity of the volcano that bears the brunt, but areas far and wide are impacted as the winds carry the ash particles across hundreds of miles. This ashfall can have devastating effects on the environment. The ash, heavy with toxic elements, pollutes the air, making it hazardous for both humans and animals to breathe. It seeps into the water bodies, changing their chemistry and affecting the aquatic life. The blanket of ash also smothers crops, leading to a loss of agriculture, which can have long-lasting economic impacts on the region. The once vibrant ecosystems surrounding the volcano are now eerily quiet. The birds that once sang in the trees have flown away, seeking refuge elsewhere. The ground-dwelling creatures burrow deeper into the earth to escape the falling ash. However, amidst the seeming desolation, life is resilient. The ash enriches the soil, and in the fullness of time, nature will reclaim what was lost. New plants will sprout, animals will return, and the cycle of life will continue. It's a testament to the enduring power of nature, even in the face of such destructive force. The effects of a volcanic eruption reach far beyond the immediate spectacle of the event itself. They reshape landscapes, disrupt ecosystems, and impact lives. But they also provide a stark reminder of our place in the grand scheme of things, of the awesome power of the natural world, and of the resilience of life. The eruption had ceased, but the impact was far from over. How do communities and nations respond when nature shows its destructive power? That's the question we're exploring today. When the sleeping giant, the Taal volcano, awoke in the Philippines, the response from local communities was immediate and heartwarming. Communities demonstrated an innate resilience as they rallied together, helping one another evacuate swiftly and safely. They opened up their homes to those in need, sharing food, clothing, and providing emotional support. In times of crisis, it's often the people closest to the calamity who are the first to respond, showing their strength and unity. Meanwhile, the national government swung into action with a structured and organized response. They declared a state of calamity, enabling them to mobilize resources quickly. The Philippine National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council coordinated efforts, ensuring that relief operations were conducted smoothly and efficiently. Emergency shelters were set up, food and medical aid were distributed, and search and rescue missions were initiated. The government's quick response helped to mitigate the disaster's impact, safeguarding lives and livelihoods. Yet, the response was not just limited to the local level. The international community also stepped up, providing aid and support. International organizations like the Red Cross, the United Nations, and various non-governmental organizations contributed to the relief efforts. They sent aid workers, medical teams, and supplies, helping the nation recover from this devastating natural disaster. In the days and weeks that followed, the focus shifted towards recovery and rebuilding. The government, local communities, and international organizations worked together to help those affected get back on their feet. They provided financial aid, psychological support, and assistance in rebuilding homes and infrastructure. Yet amidst all this, what truly stood out was the resilient spirit of the people. Despite the devastation and loss, they remained hopeful, demonstrating a remarkable ability to adapt and overcome. Their courage and determination were a beacon of hope in the face of adversity. In the face of adversity, the strength and resilience of the human spirit would shine through. What can we learn from the awakening of a sleeping giant like Volcano Tal? Indeed, there's an abundance of knowledge to be gained from such a profound event. As we delve into the final chapter of our tale, we find ourselves reflecting on the lessons drawn from Tal's awakening. These lessons aren't confined to the scientific domain alone. They permeate our daily lives, reminding us of the power and unpredictability of nature. One of the most poignant lessons is the importance of disaster preparedness. The eruption of Tal, like any natural disaster, was a stark reminder that we're at the mercy of nature's whims. However, with adequate preparation, we can mitigate the impact of these events. It's crucial to have evacuation plans in place, to maintain a supply of emergency provisions, and to stay informed about potential threats. Preparedness isn't just about physical readiness. It's also about emotional resilience, about the ability to remain calm and focused in the face of adversity. Another lesson we can glean from Tal's eruption is the ongoing need for scientific research. Volcanoes are complex and mysterious, and there's still so much we don't understand about them. The more we learn about volcanic activity, the better we can predict eruptions and minimize their damage. Continued research is essential for enhancing our understanding of volcanoes and, by extension, our ability to coexist with them. Finally, the eruption of Tal serves as a humbling reminder of our place in the world. We are but tiny specks in the grand tapestry of nature, vulnerable to its forces, yet capable of remarkable resilience. It's a sobering thought, but also an empowering one. It reminds us of our responsibility to protect and respect the world we inhabit, to strive for harmony with nature rather than dominance over it. As we bear witness to the power of nature, we are reminded of our responsibility to understand, respect, and coexist. Next one, found in India. Active volcanoes, those that have erupted in the last 10,000 years, are a testament to the dynamic nature of our planet. They are nature's architects, responsible for creating and reshaping landscapes over millennia. But they are also among the most destructive forces on Earth. When they wake from their slumber, they can bring chaos and devastation, raining down ash and molten rock and sending entire communities fleeing for safety. There are about 1,500 active volcanoes on Earth, each with its unique personality and pattern. Some, like Italy's Stromboli, are almost constantly active. Their fiery displays are part of daily life. Others, like Alaska's Redoubt, are more unpredictable, lying quiet for decades before suddenly exploding. And then there are those like Hawaii's Kilauea, whose slow, steady lava flows create new land even as they consume everything in their path. These fiery mountains are scattered across the globe, from the frosty peaks of Iceland to the tropical islands of Indonesia. from the heights of the Andes to the depths of the Pacific Ocean. Their presence is a constant reminder of the Earth's inner heat, the same heat that drives the movement of the continents and shapes our world in ways both beautiful and terrifying. While each active volcano holds the potential for dramatic change, some are watched more closely than others. These are the ones that, due to their location, size, or history, pose an especially significant threat. One such intriguing active volcano on the watch list is Harren Hayland. Harren Hayland, a name that might not be familiar to many, but is of great significance in the field of geology. Nestled in the heart of India, Harren Hayland stands tall and mighty. This active volcano, with its majestic peak and ominous rumblings, is a force of nature that geologists around the globe have under their watchful eyes. But what exactly makes Harren Hayland so significant? To answer that, let's first talk about its location. Harren Hayland is located in a region of India that is not typically known for volcanic activity. This unexpected location has piqued the interest of geologists who are keen to understand the geological processes that led to its formation. Now, let's talk about its geological features. Harren Hayland is a stratovolcano, a type of volcano known for its steep, conical shape and layers of hardened lava, tephra, and volcanic ash. These stratovolcanoes are often the most explosive, making them a potential threat to nearby communities. Harren Hayland's potential threat is not just because of its explosive nature, but also due to its size. It's one of the largest active volcanoes in the region, and an eruption could have far-reaching effects. This is why geologists are closely monitoring Harren Hayland, using state-of-the-art equipment to detect any changes that might indicate an impending eruption. But it's not all doom and gloom. Harren Hayland is also a rich source of information for geologists. Its layers of lava and ash provide a geological record stretching back thousands of years, offering insights into past volcanic activity and helping scientists predict future eruptions. So, from its unique location and intriguing geological features to its potential threat and the wealth of information it provides, Harren Hayland is indeed a volcano of great significance. Let's delve into the specifics of why Harren Hayland is a volcano to watch. Harren Hayland has a fascinating timeline that has intrigued geologists for years. Let's take a closer look at this unique geological wonder. Harren Hayland's history is a thrilling tale of fiery eruptions and quiet periods of dormancy. The first recorded eruption dates back to the late 17th century, a time when the understanding of volcanoes was still in its infancy. A colossal explosion startled the locals, painting the sky with a fiery palette of orange and red. Fast forward to the 19th century, we see a series of minor eruptions that kept Harren Hayland in the limelight. These eruptions were characterized by the release of ash clouds and minor pyroclastic flows, a testament to the restless energy that roils beneath the surface. Moving into the 20th century, Harren Hayland exhibited an intriguing pattern. There were periods of intense activity, followed by long stretches of silence. This cyclical pattern has been a subject of interest for geologists, offering valuable insights into the volcano's behavior. The most recent eruption was in the early 21st century, a significant event that caused minor disruptions in the surrounding regions. It was a stark reminder of the immense power that Harren Hayland holds. Today, in 2024, Harren Hayland continues to be closely watched for signs of impending activity. There have been subtle indications of an imminent eruption. Geologists have noted an increase in seismic activity and a shift in the volcano's gas emissions. These signs suggest that Harrenhalland is not done yet, and the world waits with bated breath for what might come next. It is these patterns that make Harrenhalland an active volcano with potential for eruption. An eruption from Harrenhalland would not only affect its immediate vicinity, but could have global implications. Let's delve into what this means. Imagine, if you will, the sheer power of a volcanic eruption. The ground shakes, the sky darkens, and a plume of smoke and ash rises high into the atmosphere. This is not just a spectacle for the eyes, but a force that can alter the course of life as we know it. In the immediate vicinity of Harrenhalland, the effects could be devastating. Communities could be displaced as the surrounding landscape is transformed by lava flows and ashfall. Infrastructure, agriculture, and ecosystems would bear the brunt of this natural calamity. The once thriving flora and fauna could be reduced to a barren volcanic wasteland. On a global scale, the impact could be even more far-reaching. The ash and gas released into the atmosphere could potentially affect climatic patterns. The ash, high in the atmosphere, could reflect sunlight back into space, leading to a drop in global temperatures. This phenomenon, known as a volcanic winter, could last for several years, affecting crop growth and food production worldwide. Let's not forget the societal implications. The eruption could disrupt air travel, leading to economic losses. Emergency services would be stretched thin, and the need for humanitarian aid could surge in the aftermath of the eruption. But here's the thing. This is not a certainty. It's a possibility. A potential scenario that underscores the importance of monitoring active volcanoes like Harrenhalland. Volcanologists around the world work tirelessly to track seismic activities, gas emissions, and ground deformations. Their work forms the basis for early warning systems and evacuation plans, aiming to mitigate the impact of an eruption. The world is not helpless in the face of nature's fury. With scientific understanding and preparedness, we can navigate the challenges that come our way. The world watches with bated breath as Harrenhalland continues to simmer. So, what makes Harrenhalland a volcano worth our attention, one might ask? It's a combination of several intriguing factors. Firstly, Harrenhalland's location is unique. Nestled in the heart of India, it is a geographical anomaly, a testament to the planet's ever-shifting tectonic plates and the unpredictable nature of volcanic activity. Its presence in a region typically devoid of such geological features makes it a point of intense interest for scientists and geology enthusiasts alike. Then, there's the geological composition of Harrenhalland. Its rich mix of igneous rock formations and the presence of multiple magma chambers make it a living, breathing testament to the fiery belly of the Earth. This complex structure not only contributes to its potential for eruption, but also provides a wealth of information about the Earth's crust and the mechanisms of volcanic activity. The historical timeline of Harrenhalland also adds to its intrigue. From its formation millions of years ago to its last eruption in the 20th century, the volcano's history is a fascinating journey through time. It's a story of quiet dormancy, sudden eruptions, and periods of intense activity, all of which serve to remind us of the unpredictable nature of these geological giants. The potential for eruption is another key aspect of Harrenhalland. While currently dormant, the volcano's complex structure and history of past eruptions suggest that it could awaken at any time. This inherent unpredictability is a reminder of the awesome power of nature and the need for constant monitoring and preparedness. Finally, the possible impact of a Harrenhalland eruption is significant. The effects could range from local environmental changes to global climate impacts, making this not just a geological phenomenon, but a matter of global concern. While the power of Hayland remains dormant for now, the story of this active volcano serves as a reminder of the dynamic and ever-changing nature of our... Have you ever taken a moment to ponder the potential devastation that volcanic eruptions could wreak on our planet? Volcanoes, while fascinating natural phenomena that have shaped Earth's landscapes and atmosphere over millions of years, also harbor a darker side. Their eruptions, though sometimes benign, can often be cataclysmic events with far-reaching impacts. Picture this: an eruption occurs. The immediate result is the loss of life. Lives are extinguished by the unforgiving lava flows, the searing pyroclastic flows, the suffocating ashfall, and the toxic gases that fill the air. In the blink of an eye, communities can be wiped out, leaving behind a trail of sorrow and despair. Then comes the property damage. Homes, infrastructure, agricultural lands, all are laid to waste under the destructive force of the eruption. Communities are left in ruins, their economies shattered, and their people displaced, bearing the economic burden of the disaster. The eruption also gives rise to air pollution. The volcanic ash and gases released contaminate the air, affecting air quality over vast expanses. Ashfall disrupts transportation systems, damages machinery, and turns day into night, bringing life to a standstill. But the effects of a volcanic eruption are not just immediate. They extend to our climate as well. The ash and sulfur dioxide thrown up into the atmosphere can reflect sunlight back into space, causing a cooling effect on Earth's surface. This can disrupt weather patterns and threaten our agriculture and food security. Ecosystems too bear the brunt of volcanic eruptions. Habitats are destroyed, ecosystems altered, and biodiversity lost. Volcanic ash smothers vegetation and aquatic habitats, while lava flows can bury entire landscapes. Health impacts, lahars and mud flows, tsunamis, and even long-term environmental changes. Each of these are potential repercussions of volcanic eruptions. They can pose serious health risks, bury communities, cause widespread destruction along coastlines, and trigger changes in soil, water, and climate. In the next few minutes, we will delve deeper into each of these impacts, revealing the far-reaching consequences of volcanic eruptions. As we explore, remember that understanding these hazards is the first step toward mitigating their effects and safeguarding our future. When a volcano erupts, the immediate danger lies in the loss of human life and property. Imagine the scene. An explosion shatters the stillness, and within moments, a small mountain town is engulfed in a river of molten rock. The lava flows are as destructive as they are unstoppable, obliterating everything in their path. Lives are lost in an instant as the searing heat proves too much to bear. This is the horrifying reality of a volcanic eruption. But the danger doesn't end with lava. Pyroclastic flows, a deadly cocktail of hot gas and volcanic material, race down the mountainside at hurricane speeds. Anyone caught in their path faces almost certain death. Ashfall, too, poses a significant risk. Thick layers of ash can collapse roofs, bury crops, and suffocate livestock, causing further loss of life. The toxic gases emitted by an erupting volcano can also be lethal. Invisible yet deadly, these gases can cause asphyxiation, leading to fatalities among those who inhale them. Then there's the property damage. Picture your home, your school, your place of work. Now imagine them swallowed up by a sea of lava or buried under a blanket of ash. Infrastructure crumbles, homes are destroyed, and agricultural land is rendered useless. The economic losses can be staggering, plunging affected communities into financial hardship. The destruction doesn't stop at the town's edge. Volcanic eruptions can cause extensive damage to infrastructure like roads, bridges, and power lines, severing vital links between communities and the outside world. This can exacerbate the crisis as help and resources struggle to reach those in need. In the wake of such an event, recovery can be a long and arduous process. The landscape is forever altered, and rebuilding from the ashes is a monumental task. The scars left behind by a volcanic eruption are not only physical but emotional, as communities grapple with the loss of loved ones and the devastation of their homes and livelihoods. The immediate aftermath of an eruption can be catastrophic, but the long-term effects can be just as devastating. Beyond the visible destruction, volcanic eruptions also pose a less obvious, yet equally dangerous threat: air pollution and climate effects. When volcanoes erupt, they spew out a cocktail of gases and ash. While we often focus on the immediate and tangible effects of this ash, like the darkened skies and the layer of gray dust it leaves behind, it's the invisible gases that can have the most profound and far-reaching impacts. Volcanic gases are primarily water vapor, carbon dioxide, and sulfur dioxide. While the first two are greenhouse gases that contribute to global warming, it's the sulfur dioxide that has a particularly interesting effect on our climate. Once in the atmosphere, it combines with water to form sulfate aerosols. These tiny particles reflect sunlight back into space, resulting in a cooling effect on the Earth's surface. This may sound like a good thing in an age of global warming, but it's not that simple. The cooling effect is short-lived, typically lasting just a couple of years. But during that time, it can disrupt weather patterns worldwide, potentially leading to unusual weather phenomena like unseasonal frosts or droughts. These disruptions can have significant implications for agriculture. Crops are sensitive to changes in temperature and rainfall. Unusual weather can lead to crop failures, threatening food security for communities around the world. Then there's the issue of air quality. Volcanic ash can travel hundreds, even thousands of kilometers from its source, affecting air quality over large areas. This ash consists of tiny jagged pieces of rock and glass, which can cause serious health problems if inhaled. Moreover, ashfall can disrupt transportation systems and damage machinery. It can contaminate water supplies, harm livestock, and even cause buildings to collapse under its weight. So while the fiery spectacle of a volcanic eruption might steal the headlines, it's the invisible threats that can have the most enduring impacts. The invisible threats from volcanic eruptions can have far-reaching effects, impacting our health and the planet's climate. Volcanic eruptions can also wreak havoc on our planet's ecosystems. Imagine an explosion so powerful it shatters the tranquility of the natural world, leaving in its wake a landscape completely altered, habitats destroyed, and ecosystems in disarray. This is the harsh reality of a volcanic eruption. Volcanoes spew out a mix of hot lava, ash, and gases. While this might create dramatic and mesmerizing scenes, the consequences for the surrounding environment are severe. The intense heat of lava flows can incinerate vegetation instantly, turning lush green landscapes into barren wastelands. On a larger scale, these lava flows can bury entire ecosystems, leading to the loss of biodiversity as plants and animals lose their homes. But the damage doesn't stop there. The ashfall from eruptions, much like a heavy blanket, can smother vegetation and aquatic habitats. It blocks sunlight, hinders photosynthesis, and disrupts the food chain. In water bodies, this ash can lead to a decrease in oxygen levels, impacting aquatic life in rivers, lakes, and oceans. Alongside these immediate impacts, volcanic eruptions can also trigger long-term environmental changes. Let's delve into that a bit. The immense volume of materials ejected by volcanoes can lead to soil erosion. This can cause landslides and alter the topography of an area, creating new landscapes and altering existing ones. Changes in hydrology are another significant impact. Eruptions can alter the course of rivers, create or destroy lakes, and impact groundwater systems. This can affect the availability of water, a vital resource for all life forms. Regional climates can also be altered. Large amounts of ash and sulfur dioxide ejected high into the atmosphere can reflect sunlight away from the Earth, leading to a cooling effect. This can disrupt weather patterns, bringing about unseasonable weather that can affect plant and animal life cycles. In essence, volcanic eruptions are a force of nature that can reshape our world, both immediately and over time. The environmental impacts of volcanic eruptions can be long-lasting, altering landscapes and ecosystems for years, even decades. It's a stark reminder of the immense power of our planet and the delicate balance of our ecosystems. Volcanic eruptions can also trigger a series of dangerous phenomena that pose further risks to human life and property. Let's delve into the world of lahars, mudflows, and tsunamis. Lahars, also known as volcanic mudflows, are a potent mix of volcanic debris and water. They can be caused by heavy rainfall during or after an eruption, or by the rapid melting of snow and ice on the volcano's peak. With the speed of a rushing river, lahars can bulldoze everything in their path, burying communities located downstream of volcanoes and leading to significant loss of life and property damage. Underwater volcanic eruptions introduce us to another hazard: tsunamis. These are large ocean waves generated by the displacement of water due to volcanic activity. Tsunamis can travel vast distances across the ocean, wreaking havoc on coastlines far removed from the eruption site. The destructive power of these waves can cause widespread devastation, taking lives and destroying coastal communities. Now let's talk about health impacts. Volcanic ash and gases can pose serious health risks. The ash, composed of tiny glass-like particles, can cause respiratory problems when inhaled and can irritate the eyes, leading to conjunctivitis or corneal abrasions. People with pre-existing respiratory conditions such as asthma or bronchitis are particularly vulnerable. Gases emitted during an eruption, including sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide, and hydrogen sulfide, can also have harmful effects. High concentrations of these gases can cause a range of health problems, from coughing and throat irritation to more serious conditions like bronchitis. Long-term exposure to these pollutants can even have chronic health effects. It's important to remember that these hazards don't just disappear when the eruption stops. Volcanic ash can linger in the environment for years, and lahars can be triggered long after the initial eruption, especially during periods of heavy rain. Even after the eruption has ceased, the dangers of volcanoes can persist, posing ongoing threats to human populations and ecosystems. So, while volcanoes are awe-inspiring and play a crucial role in shaping our planet, they also remind us of the immense power of nature and the need to respect and prepare for its potential fury. So, what have we learned about the impacts of volcanic eruptions? To summarize, volcanoes, while magnificent, pose significant threats. They can lead to the tragic loss of life and extensive property damage. They pollute the air, disrupt climate, and destroy ecosystems. Health issues, lahars, mudflows, tsunamis, all these are potential consequences of a volcanic eruption. Long-term environmental changes can also be triggered. While volcanoes are fascinating natural phenomena, their eruptions can have far-reaching, devastating impacts, reminding us of the raw, uncontrollable power.